Hi class, this is Mrs. Juliana. I'm so excited to make a video for you, and we are doing online school now, so you should be getting some videos here and there as I make them. I'm just going to do the first one today and then see how that goes, and then I'll make some more. And we have a new packet. We're trying to figure out what to do in order to help everybody the best we can. So there's a new packet. I posted it. It's under assignments or under modules. If you go to module, we're going to start with Unit 15, which you see up right here. You can come to the school and grab one of these packets, Unit 15, Parallel Lines and Proofs. They're right outside the door, the math door. And you can just drive up and grab it. Nobody's allowed in the school. Sorry about that. But we do have some made up if you'd like. Otherwise, they are posted also on under assignments, and you can print it off for yourself at home if you'd like. And anyway, we're going to go through the first couple of pages. I know we already did the some of this, but I'm just going to go through it and just remind everybody because it's been a while. And there are 2 units, so I'm going to break it up into 3 days or 4 days probably, or 4 units. I guess 4 videos. I guess would be best to say. So anyway, we'll start with the first one. Now we already measured these, so I'm going to go pretty quickly, but I'm just going to test this out, and I'm just going to do a page per video. So here we have 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal. So we already know, or not parallel, but 2 lines, and I don't want to mark them because they're not parallel, but this is the transversal R, and then the lines are L and M. So any line, like T, line T, that intersects 2 or more lines is called a transversal. So you would say line T is a transversal. And that's an example. And we know that the corresponding angles are the same spot, different neighborhood. Remember that? Those are corresponding. So for example, if you're looking at this little diagram here, with line T, corresponding angles are, for example, 1 and 5. They're the same spot. If we call this a neighborhood and this a neighborhood, those 2 neighborhoods, 1 and 5 are in the same spot. So we would say angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding, and then angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding. Angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding, and angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding. So that's one thing that we can look at. We're going to look at the relationships if the lines happen to be parallel in a second, but they're still relationships. So alternate interior angles are on the inside interior of the 2 lines that the transversal is crossing. And if you look at 4 and 6, they're on alternate sides of the transversal T, which is what alternate means, and then interior means inside of the 2 lines that the transversal crosses. I'm going to outline the transversal here, T, so we note that that's the one transversal, and it involves the 2 neighborhoods of the angles around each of the lines. So angles 4 and 6 are alternate interior, and then 3 and 5 are alternate interior. All right, now alternate exterior, again, alternate means of the transversal, opposite sides of the transversal. Exterior means outside or exterior to the 2 lines that the transversal crosses. So for instance, angle 1 and angle 7 are both alternate exterior, and then angle 2 as well as angle 8 is its little pair. Those are alternate exterior. And then we need to make sure we do alternate interior. And then the last one is consecutive interior angles. Consecutive interior angles, consecutive means along the same side of the transversal. And because of that, sometimes we call them same side interior angles. And interior, again, is inside of the 2 lines that the transversal is crossing. So for instance, angles 4 and 5 would make a consecutive interior angle pair, and then also 3 and 6, angle 3 and angle 6. All right, so those are the relationships. Just wanted to review those. If you go through these, I'm sure you can go through these on your own. I'm not going to do that in the video. Well, I might do the first couple, and then you can go ahead and work along the rest of them. Angles 1 and 8, for instance, those are alternate exterior. And then 2 and 3 are consecutive interior. And then the first couple on the last one, here we have a pound sign, what I call a pound sign, though they're not parallel, but pound signs. So each of them can be a transversal, or they can be a parallel or a line pair. So that's a little more involved. If you look at 5 and 13, for instance, those both belong to this as a transversal. And then 5 and 13 are going to be corresponding angles. And then, for instance, 7 and 14, those are alternate sides of the transversal, and they're on the interior of the two lines. So 7 and 14 are going to be alternate interior angles. All right, another little side note here, if you look at angles 6 and 11, which is H, so 6 and 11, they do not belong to any of the same transversals. So with that, they're actually going to be no relation because they're not attached to one single transversal. All right? Okay, so that's our first lesson. I'm going to go ahead and hit stop and stay tuned for more videos.